What would you say to me if I told you that what you accept is your standard for performance? Hi, everybody. It's Todd Conklin, and this is the Pre-Accident Investigation Operational Excellence Moment Safety Moment. You know, rules are important. We've got to have rules. If we don't have rules, we have anarchy. Rules matter. But we'll do a whole nother safety moment on rules. We can talk about rules for a month. We can probably do 50 safety moments or 10 podcasts on rules. What I want to talk to you today about is how rules work and why acceptance is such an important part of rule following. So you got to have a standard. Compliance really sets up a standard. We've talked about this before. Compliance isn't the top of the ladder. It's the initial rung. It's the going into place for doing work acceptably, right? We get that. Everybody gets that. But that sort of lays on top of it the belief that somehow once the standard has been set, the standard shall be followed. And that's just not true. In fact, I would suggest the signal you send, the messaging that happens all the time to the workers, is not what your standard is, but what you'll accept. The best example are speed limits. Now, I just was in a place in Indonesia doing a little work where they don't have speed limits. In fact, I was riding along in an Uber. It was kind of fun, actually, I must admit. And I was riding with a friend, and my friend said, "Are there speed limits in Indonesia?" And the driver said, "No. You can drive as fast as you want to in Indonesia." And then he paused, and then he said, "The problem is you can never drive fast because there are so many other vehicles on the road that speed is the least of your worries. You'll never go fast because there's always a crowd." That's really interesting when you think about compliance. The rule is followed, but how we follow the rule really sets the standard. What you accept in your organization is your rule. Not what you say your rule is, but what you accept in your organization is your rule. So every time you walk by somebody standing on the top rung of a ladder, right, and you don't say anything because you're in a hurry, or you got other things to do, or you just don't want to have that conversation because it's not that fun of a conversation to have. What you've done is not simply allow the makings of an accident to exist without intervening. You've also clearly telegraphed to those workers and really to the workforce that that's okay. Acceptance is our standard. That's the safety moment for today. It's simple, a little preachy, but I think it's an important one. I hope everybody gets what they need. Have as much fun as you possibly can. Learn something new every single day. And for goodness sakes, be safe. I do want to put it on the record that I don't want speeding tickets for everybody that goes 1 mile an hour over the speed limit. That would also suck.